grew up in the East Bay. I was born in Walnut Creek and I grew up in Piedmont. I was really lucky. I was diagnosed with Moebius syndrome when I was still in the hospital as a baby, which does not happen very often. It's a very rare syndrome. Moebius syndrome is a syndrome, which means there's several things that don't really seem related, but they are. It's paralysis of the 6th and 7th cranial nerve. And so for me, that means that I don't have a lot of movement in my face and that my eye muscles are paralyzed. So I can't blink all the way and I can't move my eyes side to side. I had kind of a lot of anxiety growing up and never really felt like I fit in either place. Special education just didn't know what to do with me because I was really successful. Had a lot of speech therapy. I worked hard for it, but it was definitely hard growing up. It was frustrating when you're really smart and you have so much to say. My parents were told that they would never meet someone else with Moebius syndrome, that it was so rare that it just wouldn't happen. I first had a few get-togethers with people with Moebius syndrome when I was in late elementary school. And we had our first official conference when I was in middle school, where we had about 20 people and we thought it was amazing. And then social media became a thing. Now we get over 100 to come from around the world. Some of my closest friends are in the Moebius syndrome community who I'd never would have met before Facebook and social media. Having a rare disorder, you really have to be your own advocate. You can't assume that your doctor has ever seen anyone else with your disorder, and you really have to be your own advocate and be informed. And it's a lot easier to be informed when you can pose a question and get 20 answers from different people. And it's just a lot of socializing. And it's nice to meet friends and new friends. And it's also really nice to talk to parents and let them know what my experiences are. We get parents of newborns coming on. It's really nice to say your kid will, if they're able to, they can do whatever they want. So that's powerful.
An estimated 1 in 200,000 to 1 in a million people are born with Moebius syndrome. I am one of those ones. Moebius syndrome contains facial paralysis. People with Moebius syndrome cannot fully smile, frown, move their eyebrows, or move their eyes. And many have limb differences and other neuromuscular disorders. There is currently no known cause for Moebius syndrome, and there's no cure beyond surgeries and treatments to alleviate some symptoms. Since Moebius syndrome is a rare disorder, I spend time with the rare disease community, supporting things like Rare Disease Day, Give Rare Fundraising Day, and assorted other dedicated days. But sometimes I don't know if I belong. I'm not one of those people who can hope for a cure. A cure makes a good headline. A cure is a finite resolution. And unlocking cures for rare diseases can unlock cures about how to treat more common disorders, which is why pharma companies are interested in rare disorders in the first place. What I hope for is a new system that values support, relationships, and learning from peer-to-peer networks as much as we value that elusive cure. Moebius syndrome patients rely on medications, G-tube supplies, tracheostomy supplies, strong prescription sunglasses to alleviate issues from the sun, and many other interventions. But pharmaceutical companies aren't interested in communicating with us. We can't even get them to donate eye drops to conferences. Is a payoff for an uncurable disorder not worth supporting it? How can we make improving quality of life through both pharmaceutical and social interventions as coveted as a cure? Studies have shown that social support for people living with Moebius syndrome is vital, and it is life-changing for the almost 100 people with Moebius syndrome and almost 300 family members who gather at conferences. It's often the first or only time every 2 years or in a lifetime where their differences are normal, and that is invaluable. The symptoms of Moebius syndrome can lead to extremely awkward and sometimes slightly offensive interactions where assumptions are made by appearance alone. A few months ago, I was toileting my service dog early morning in my apartment building. A man literally walked up to me out of the blue and asked me if I was on a Section 8 housing voucher because of the way I look. I was honestly too shocked to come up with a response other than no, as I threw my dog poop in the trash can and ran off. I really wish I had been, but I was not. Everyone with Moebius syndrome or any other physical disability has had these moments, and they hurt. But rare isn't so rare when there are hundreds of you. How might we value hope, support, and relationships as much as we value that cure? Moebius syndrome can lead to these painful interactions, but it can also lead to resilience, creativity, and strong connections within a community. How might we prize and value these connections and the power of community as much as we value a cure? Moebius syndrome will not be cured in traditional sense. Missing cranial nerves, skeletal abnormalities, and everything else that comes along with it cannot be solved by a pill, and that is what it is. So how might we ask for the resources and support to inform patients where, while they rely on pharmaceuticals to improve their lives, these pharmaceuticals will not change their lives? The main change will come from within. To change aided peripherally, but not defined by pharmaceutical interventions worth investing in? For those of us who are living it, yes. Instead of hope for cure for me and others with incurable disorders, hope is a state of mind fostered by a strong community who knows and tries to accept the fact that all things in life cannot be cured. Hope comes through connections, resources, strength, and time, instead of in a pill. And that's okay. Thank you.